In 2021, I received an opportunity from UNDP to travel to this remote place in the highlands, a dream that I had held on to for 2 years, a dream to visit Lunana. How much do we really know about Lunana? About the landscape, the local culture, and the people? Well, this is what I sought out to learn. I came here to do a climate story, but little did I realize there's so much more to Lunana than just its majestic glaciers. Come with me as I show you Lunana through my eyes. Lunana is located in one of the most difficult terrains in Bhutan, and they experience the harshest winter in the north. In the old days, before the onset of the cordyceps boom, life was extremely difficult. The people here didn't have horses, and the men would travel for 10 days carrying rations and food from the lower valleys all the way up to their villages. With our tight schedule, we had to get here via Bhutan helicopter services, which has transformed the lives of the people who live in these mountains. Flying over the different villages spread across the mountain ranges, namely Yeegetaway, finally we arrive at our destination, Tenzin village in Lunana.
Wow, it was amazing, sir. Never knew we had landscape like this in my life.
Welcome to the NCHM office, the National Center for Hydrology and Meteorology, our home for the next 1 week. So what are they doing here in Lunana? NCHM has 2 staff stationed here to monitor the glacial lake levels. They also send back the data to the main centers in Yeegetaway. So why is this data important? It is because of GLOF, the glacial lake outburst flood threats that loom large in Lunana. This is what we're here to document.
On our way to the viewpoint, and apparently we can see all the 3 lakes very clearly from up there, and I'm so out of breath, but let me just show you this view. Isn't this amazing? That's one of the Lunana communities down there, right here. It's called Tenzin. It's beautiful, isn't it? I can feel my heartbeat so clearly. It's going tuk 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 tuk. The view is awesome though.
Lunana is home to 3 of Bhutan's 17 potentially dangerous lakes, namely Rabstreng, Thorthormi and Luge. The last lake caused the devastating flood of 1994. This is glaciologist Karmadip, our main host and guide as he takes us towards these glacial lakes. During our interaction, he also shared how important it is for the world to understand how a small kingdom like Bhutan is facing such dire consequences of climate change with no fault of our own.
What will happen if this glacier completely melts and then it joins the other glacier that's right over there? I'll show it to you guys later. So what is the potential, the risk?
So that is the main hazard that we are also worried about. As you can see, this Thorthormi glacier is in an active stage of forming into a huge glacial lake like the Rabstreng Lake.
Yes.
So if it happens, not if it happens, it will happen in one day in the future.
But we don't know
when we cannot say, because
exactly.
This is a Mother Nature's control. Thorthormi water level is higher by 74 meters.
Yes.
So and the Moraine Dam, which we are sitting right now,
Yes.
is the barrier dividing.
So this
Yes.
small mound here
Yes,
that continues to that stretch over there,
Yes.
that's the only barrier
Yes,
dividing the 2 lakes.
Yes.
Okay.
So active landslides, mass movements are taking place, making this barrier annually thinner. So at present, the thinnest point at the crest measures only 33.4 meters. So that is how it is getting thinner and thinner year by year. So now in the future, if this Thorthormi lake develops into this kind of glacier lake like Rupsting. So this weak moraine dam, which is holding this water in the Totome lake, may not be strong enough to withstand the hydrostatic pressure of this lake in the future. This happens, then the water from Totome will pour into Rupsting lake, and the combined glacial lake outburst flood will occur from this area.
Although the melting of glaciers cannot be stopped, Karmasar shares that Bhutan has put in place 3 adaptation methods to GLOF. First, manual reduction of the lake levels that took place in 1996 to 98, where more than 300 laborers worked tirelessly 4 months in a year by creating trenches to steadily release the rising water levels of the lake. The second method is the installation of the early warning systems, sirens along the Punatangchu. And the third method is the evacuation zone mapping systems, which helps people identify the safe zones and the zones impacted by the floods. Although the communities downstream get enough time to evacuate, the communities in Lunana are not that lucky. Karmasar shares that the Lunap communities will barely get 20 minutes to evacuate if and when GLOF happens. Stay tuned for part 2 as I explore the local villages in Lunana and explore more stories of the people here.